Hello, Debbie. I just thought I'd do a little video and ask a question. Uh, I've been having trouble sleeping lately since Mom told me the other day that you told her there's two types of heart attacks and you had the worst kind. I was kind of shocked by that and worried at the same time because I just figured you got out of the hospital in a week and then went back to work so quickly that everything was fine. But that kind of sounds pretty bad. Does that mean your heart has become so bad it can't be fixed and it's called end stage heart failure? That really sounds bad. If so, could your heart actually be replaced to keep you going, and how would that work? I kind of feel bad because I've been in denial for so many years that you might actually have something seriously wrong with your heart. I just kept telling myself you're so young it couldn't possibly be happening to you. But you had a valve surgery and now you had medically induced coma just a few weeks ago, and I feel really bad that I've been in denial for so long. I guess I just couldn't believe that someone so young as you and Steve could have a serious medical problem. You guys have been like godparents to my kids, and you're such good friends to my grandkids. It's mind boggling to think about what happens if you weren't here. And the question I really have is, how bad is it, Debbie? Is this really uh, something that you have to think about replacing your heart, that it can't be actually repaired? I I actually didn't realize how complex a question that actually is until I went out on the internet and looked to try and comprehend what you meant there by there's two types of heart attacks. And I found this video here that talks about heart attack and cardiac arrest. Maybe that's what you meant. And they also talk about a stroke. Uh, Occasionally I get mixed up between heart attack and strokes, but I kind of realized they were different things. Um, but this video talks about those three things you need to understand the differences for. So maybe that's what you meant when you were talking with Mom, that you had a cardiac arrest, which is the worst kind, I guess. Then this video over here talks about if it is a heart attack, there's subtypes of uh, heart attack problems. Then this video talks about the common heart problems. Um, so that's informative. Then, of course, over here, this video talks about what are the symptoms of heart disease. And this one down here talks about the things you must have had to face now for many years. How do you deal with a valve problem and repair your heart valve? What are your options there? I didn't realize there were so many options with the heart valve replacement. And then here's a video that if it turns out, to keep going, you have to totally replace your heart. Here's a video on what a person might have to expect. And here's a video that explains apparently the standard transplant is for years has been to replace only half the heart. I didn't realize that, but this video shows doctors are now trying to replace the entire heart, at least in certain medical facilities. And one thing I've always been worried about is donor lists when you need an organ. Um, it just seems so scary to have to wait for the perfect human donor. A person could pass away while they're waiting. Could be a heart or kidney or whatever. So that's always kind of worried me. This video here apparently talks about there's a mechanical option for a heart. I wasn't aware of that. Maybe that would help. I was aware of this video. Dr. Atala has been working for many years to grow human organs so you wouldn't have to wait for a donor. I wonder if all these years have gone by now, if he's actually grown hearts where something like that could be used. This video here apparently gives the option of not having to wait for human donors either. They have something called ghost hearts, where they use animal hearts, so you don't have to wait for a perfect match from a human. That might be something helpful. And then another thing that's always worried me is what happens if you can't convince your insurance to pay, or for whatever reason they just you don't have good insurance or anything. This man apparently has a mechanical heart, and he tries to explain what the costs are. But thankfully, I think you and Steve have good insurance, so hopefully your insurance company would definitely cover something like that, and that wouldn't be an issue. This video down here talks about the mechanical heart called HeartMate 3, which is apparently what that other gentleman was talking about. Maybe that actually would be a way of surviving long enough until a donor came available that was a perfect match. That might be a good option. And then again, this last video is really talking about if your insurance won't pay, a fundraiser could be done. You know, I hope you remember that you have lots of friends and family. We'd all be willing to help do a fundraiser if for some reason your insurance wouldn't pay to replace your heart. So basically, I tried to educate myself on, you know, what it even means to ask the question, you know, how serious or how bad is this, Debbie? I'm going to let all our kids know that maybe we've all been just been in denial. And I know I always wondered what would have happened if I knew Dad was going to pass away soon. You know, if I could go back in time, I know I certainly would have helped try and search for an answer that would have helped him medically, but I also would have just tried to spend as much time letting him know what a good person he is and thanking him for all the good things he's done. And, you know, that's something that is important to do if a person has, you know, reached a critical point in their life where they're really facing end-of-life issues and stuff. So anyway, I just thought I'd make this little video and show you what I found. You and Steve are very well educated on all this, I'm sure. You probably know all this, but maybe there was something helpful, and hopefully it will, you know, give you some options so you never give up and always just continue on to take whatever measures you can to stay alive and be with us all. I guess I'll talk to you later. Goodbye now.